That is quite a lot of intelligence shooting this way, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to grasp at it. But one of the things that really got in my head was the environmental conditioning, and that is something,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, and that is something what you see that so much, and I saw that as a kid, and I remember right before I left Latvia and moved to Canada, I was just so environmentally conditioned that around the age of 25, after you got your master's degree, you got your job, you have your girlfriend, this is pretty much it. Now you get married, have kids, and this is your life. And we kind of follow the steps and the system or whatever, and that's environmental conditioning. What could be your suggestion for people to kind of rise above it in a way of, what are the steps to rise above it? Do you read? Do you travel? Do you experience something else? And how to get to that point, and how to convince yourself that there's something more out there instead of...
There was a discourse I once heard by a fellow named Robert Anton Wilson, who read a book by Aleister Crowley that was recommended by Alan Watts, who was telling a story of meeting a Tibetan monk who would run this simple little exercise, which is, why am I asking this question? Why am I asking this question? Well, I'm asking this question because I have a body, my mouth moves, and I'm thinking. I'm asking this question because I've been everything that's happened prior to, this moment in time that's brought me here in this precise moment. I'm asking this question because, because 48 years ago, my parents had a hot night out and they conceived me, and so you can keep asking the question. Why am I asking this question? Why am I asking this question? It's one very simple little exercise to try to bring you closer to understanding the meta mind, which is the observer of your thoughts. And as you get closer to be able to observe your thoughts as they wash in and wash out, and that's a very simple practice in transcendental meditation, and a lot of different practices is to observe the observer. Then you realize that the observer who's observing is not subject to the conditioning of the observed.
Oh my God. Can you elaborate? Can you put it in a little bit easier way?
Well, we were talking about the different types of intelligence, and one way of transcending conditioning is to do the things that scare you.
Okay, so stepping out of your comfort zone.
Stepping out of your comfort zone is a really simple way of tackling conditioning, because obviously we're conditioned to be afraid of certain things. So maybe the classic fear of speaking in public. To think something that's...
What is it? One of the biggest fears is the fear of failure.
Yeah.
That is, and anything. And I think what helped to me was that since I was a kid, I did so many different sport activities. I did singing in a choir. I did public speaking. And I remember when I started singing in a choir, I was horrible. I was so shit. But my teacher, she was just so lovely, and she never told me exactly you're bad. I remember my mates saying Renars, you're not a good singer, but we like your company, so you're kind of hanging out with us. And also that understanding that, I'm actually not going to be good in everything, but I can try. The worst case scenario, they can just ask me to leave. But just to try and do those things, and as more you do, that's kind of flexing your muscle, as easier for you to be able to do different bigger steps, like moving from country where you lived all your life, and now you all of a sudden have to be somewhere else.